Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
All right, and you?
Good.
Good.
So, welcome to episode 2 of the BBHC podcast.
Yay!
Today's episode is all about the 2-month health program and what it entails.
Right.
So, Nick, what's the first thing that you need from someone who's interested in doing the 2-month health program?
Well, the first thing, once anyone who's interested in doing it, contacts us, and then we ask them for 3 photographs. One photograph of full front,
Okay.
full side, and a close-up face. Preferably with tight clothes on. If it's a female, because they normally embarrassed and they don't really want to send a photograph of them in their underwear or a bikini or something like that. But we'll take that. And a male, also tight clothes or with shirt off. Males are generally easier that way. Take your shirt off so we can have a look. There's a specific reason we need these photographs, and we also need a close-up face. That's the third photograph. So it's a full front, full side, close-up face. These are ones that when the app comes out within a week or two, they'll be able to upload those onto our app, and we'll be able to look at them from there.
Oh, much more convenient.
Yeah, much more convenient. So, and the reason we need these photographs is that our program is based on body shape, mostly. So when we have a look at those photographs, we can see where the fat deposits lie on the person's body. If the person's got, if it's a female, she's got wide hips and a big butt and good thighs on her, but she's small on top, small boobs and small upper body. Then usually there's a problem with the ovaries. So that's part of the endocrine system that's failing or starting to fail. Like males and females, if they've got a big standout pot belly, like it's hard, we can see that's because of a liver problem. Normally that's out of proportion to the size of their arms and their legs. It doesn't mean that they've got thin arms and thin legs, but their belly's like standing out like that. And they can these kinds of people can exercise as much as they want to, they'll never lose weight. They'll never lose weight. So there's other types of bodies as well and these are basically a result of bad diet or environmental factors like tap water. The person thinks they're eating healthy by having full cream milk or low fat milk, even worse. But people they can push on people to make them think it's healthy. So and then there's hormones in the kind of thing that disrupts the endocrine system. With a person's face, we prefer them to stick their tongue out so we can see their tongue. The tongue tells us a lot of, gives us a lot of data. So sometimes they have a white film over the tongue, or a crack down the middle, or they have these indentations on the side, or a big fat tongue. So it's easier for us to to kind of assess by using their photographs. And it's just part of the assessment. It's not like the whole assessment, because sometimes there's something else wrong with the person as well. So that's why we're going to the second part of it.
Okay. Yes. So we then do like a health assessment, which is the first step of it is to get the history of the person. You got to know exactly what you're dealing with. Have they had previous health issues? Are they on any medication? Are they allergic to anything? Things like that.
Parts of their body cut out.
Yes. We've had people who you ask, have you got any major health issues? No, everything's fine. And then later on you find out,
just missing a kidney.
Yeah, missing a gallbladder or something like that. Yeah. So obviously those little things, yes, because we're going to make a personalized program for the person, you have to take in consideration if they're missing a gallbladder, or if they have a balloon in their stomach, or things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we also find
balloon in their stomach. I'm not sure that people out there know what that is. It's like a ridiculous thing where they put a balloon in the person's stomach so they don't eat too much. But then they end up eating a whole lot of small meals in the day, and their insulin just stays high, and it's like it's actually such a stupid idea. Carry on, sorry.
Yes. And then, of course, other things, you know, like maybe they're a vegan or a vegetarian or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean they can't do our program, but we do need to know about that so that we know to adjust the program accordingly.
Yeah.
And then the second part of the health assessment is basically a whole bunch of questions that is quite interesting because it's quite common and universal.
Yeah.
You know, often when I ask people these questions, they're like, yes, I do have that happening to me. And they're like,
wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. How did you know?
Yes, they're surprised. They're like, yeah, how did you know me so well? You know, that type of thing. But yes, so the way they answer those questions determines on what is wrong with their bodies, which endocrine system. So it's not really what we are saying. It's the way they answer. It's what's happening to them in their life, their bodies, combined with the photograph. Then you can see, okay, this is what's happening in their life. And then...
that's pretty standard.
Yes.
You know, it's a pretty standard thing. Or pretty accurate, let's put it.
Yes, yes. And then based on that, we're able to write them a personalized program and tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, okay. So then we get into their program based on their answers to their assessment and their photographs, and we know what kind of supplements to give them. So we give them organic supplements based on what's going on with their endocrine system. So everybody gets a different one. Some people have big bodies, some people have small bodies, you know, so that will also change. I'm saying big, tall bodies, some people have short, little bodies. You know.
And then, but sorry, the supplements then, that's not included in the program price.
The supplements are not included in the price of the program. So
because you're not sure what you're going to give them anyway.
Yeah, and also before we set up the program, before we go into that whole cycle, because there's a lot of work that goes into that, is we get payment first for the program.
Right.
So payment for the program, then we work on the person's program, we send it to them, and then you know, the supplements are not included in that price because everybody is different. So you know, some people's supplements will be more expensive than other people's supplements depending on what's wrong with it.
Yes.
And different supplements have different costs, you know, and they come from different places and that kind of a thing. And we prefer the organic stuff because then you're just not putting more endocrine disruptors in the body like GMO stuff. And
but the main thing is that we're trying to get them to get all their nutrients from whole homemade food.
Right, exactly. And the supplements are designed, the supplements that we put on their program are designed to get the cellular function back to normal, where it's actually accepting nutrients and you know, the person gets less hungry then. Because the reason why a person will be hungry all the time is because his body is not absorbing nutrients. So there's something wrong with the endocrine system. So he's hungry all the time, eats more, probably junk, which disrupts his endocrine system even more. He gets even hungrier, and then eventually he's continuously eating, and he doesn't know why he has all these medical issues. You know, so we set it up with these supplements and the food and everything, which is explained as to why they should be taking that. We give them a specific list of foods. They only stick to those foods that are on the program, and then the person's cellular function starts to come right, and it actually comes right quite quickly. You know, a lot of people come back to us within a week or two and go, you know, I'm just not hungry anymore. You know, and they eat less and less and less and less, and the body becomes an efficient machine, burning nutrients like crazy. You know, and it's like that's nice to see. You know, and we have our own range of supplements, obviously, and it's growing our range of supplements as we go along. And but you can only get that in South Africa at this point. It probably will be distributed throughout the world soon. So anyway, we set up the supplements, and then the guy either orders these supplements online, orders them from us or whatever it is, and he gets the supplements, tells us when he's got his supplements, and then sometimes they need a bit of a nudge as to when we're going to start. Sometimes they're quite easy about it. And they go, yeah, I'm starting on Monday. A lot of people like to start on Monday. You know, some people like to start on the weekend so they're not at work when they start.
Yeah.
And then we get cracking on coaching into the program. It's
because we've had people who you were explaining that if your endocrine system, if there's something wrong with it, it doesn't matter what you put inside. We've had people who take loads and loads of vitamins and minerals and everything, and it doesn't make a difference because their body can actually not absorb all the vitamins and minerals. So you first have to handle your body and your endocrine system in order for it to absorb whatever you're putting into it.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting how all that works, and and it's easy to sit here talking about it and like promoting that concept, but when you actually experience it, it's like magic. It's like this is the way it should be. Like my body's been running like this for 10 years now. I remember as a young man when my body was still healthy and you can drink all night and work all day and eat junk and stay thin and all of that kind of thing, and then you start hitting your late 20s, 30s, and it's not like that anymore, and that's when your body's not, you've destroyed your cellular makeup in your body, So I mean, for 10 years now, me and you have been living like this, and it's like just normal for me to not be hungry ever, and just eat like really healthy food, and I couldn't think of going back and eating stuff that's going to do that to me.
Right.
So that's and then in the coaching, I mean, I think we have a really nice way of coaching people. I mean, we're both friendly people, and we both care about people, and we both like to help people.
Yeah.
And then like we stay in contact with them daily, and I like you really want them to win. It makes me happy to see that the person's overjoyed with what's happening with his body, and you had something to do with it.
Yes, exactly. And I remember someone who started with me, and I was checking on them on Saturday and Sunday, and they were like, "Wow, they didn't realize that we do it every day."
Like right on, exactly. I know.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why this program is so successful, is because it's a dedicated coach that you get, who's interested in you and what's happening with you, wants to help you through every phase of the program, and wants
motivate
to see you. Yes, wants to see you get your goal weight,
and also I think we're safe to talk to. Like the person, if the person's cheated, I mean, I very rarely get it that if one of my clients cheated, they don't tell me. Like they would go, I was a naughty boy today, and I went out and my daughter celebrated or something. I ate blah blah. Like, okay, well, let's get back on the wagon then, and I don't do that again, kind of thing. And the further they go through the program, that happens less and less and less, because they start getting better.
And also they can see, I think we do a weigh-in once a week on a Sunday, and it's like Sunday weigh day, and if you were cheating during the week, then you'll see it in the, And
I think we should actually add up how much weight comes off per Sunday.
Oh yeah,
and see what we can. Have a stat on that. Like I reckon we'd be close to a ton soon.
Yes,
that'd be crazy.
That's exactly And then I just wanted to clarify: there's no prepackaged food as part of this program.
No KFC. No McDonald's. Don't get stuff off the shelf.
It's whole homemade food, because then you know exactly what goes into it. And you're not blindly going through hoping that you're not getting any sugar, or you're not getting any canola oil or whatever, stuff like that.
The main thing is to study the program and give it to you. It's like I do get clients who go, okay, thanks for the program, and then they just like, so, can I drink beer? And no, it's on the program. Like, oh, okay. Can I have KFC? No. Like, not on the program. Just what's on the program.
Exactly.
And that's what's on the program is what you can have, and it's very, very clearly set out. So it is a very important part of it, is make sure you study the program and understand it, so that you know what's going on, which is part of the whole thing.
And then I know another important part of it is to educate the person throughout the 2-month program. I mean, the reason for that would be to...
Well, this is not just a 2-month program.
Exactly.
This is a lifestyle. We're setting the person up so that when they get into their old age, they are going to still be healthy. they're not going to be on a walker and on oxygen, and have all these diseases that people get. I mean, it's obviously not promised, but they have a better chance.
Yeah.
So as we go along, I get lots of questions. You do too,
Yeah.
And they're good questions. I have some people that ask really good questions, and so it's a good education as to, especially on cellular function, how the cells work in the body, how the cells accept insulin and nutrients, and what insulin does, and what cortisol does, and all of these things. Why a person gets fat, why you can't have this on the program, but once you're down to weight, you possibly can eat a little bit of that again. So that's the reason for the education.
Yeah, I mean, it boils down to, if you know something very well and you know the mechanics of it and how it works, then you have control over it.
Knowledge and
power, exactly.
Yeah.
Then you are able to, once you let them free and they go leave the nest.
Do you just leave them then? Do you never talk to them again?
No, of course not. I mean, if they have questions, and they do sometimes have questions, they still ask us. That's not a problem. We always answer questions.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
I can't help myself on that.
Yeah.
Like,
or you're just
free
checking
service.
in, how you doing.
I want to win.
Yeah. But I mean, the point is that it's not like, whoa, you lose all this weight and then you're just going to put it back on. It's not that way. You now know exactly how it works, why it works this way, what you need to do to handle it. And so you can just live like that.
Yeah.
And make sure that your health and your weight is maintained, and it doesn't go back to what it was beforehand.
Exactly. And so what happens when the person finishes the program?
Well, then, obviously now we give him a list of other types of foods and things that he can now have. Because the first 2 months is kind of like a boot camp or a reset, where we're very strict. You can only have certain things. But then once he's done with the 2-month program, we give him a whole list of other foods that he can now introduce in and have. So, I mean, you're not going to be like one thing for anything. It's not going to be like horrible for the rest of your life and you can't have, and we invite them to our Facebook page where we have loads and loads of awesome recipes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never left wanting for food. I really don't need to have food from a restaurant or food from the store or fast. Definitely don't need fast.
No.
I mean, it actually, fast food smells like sewage to me. And I'm not just saying, it actually smells like sewage.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how they make this stuff. The chicken, the burger patty smells like sewage. Like if I walk past a fast food place, I'm actually grossed out.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a stuck-up snob. It's just like I'm genuinely like, I want to throw up. It's like, it smells like poison and sewage, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the recipes, I mean, we've got recipes to make your own bread. We've got recipes to make any kind of dessert, pasta, burgers, anything you can think of, I can hook you up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you can, because you're always hooking me up.
Yeah.
All right. And then,
of course, inevitably people then talk about it and tell their friends about it, and
that's the thing. I mean, that's what we kind of do expect from people, because this business is mostly word of mouth. With people that you've dealt with and helped, we're trusted. And like 100%. I mean, I don't think we have one person who's finished our program who doesn't completely trust us. And I think that we that's what we kind of expect of our clients. Just tell your friends. When your friends ask you, why are you looking so healthy? Why is your skin so nice? Why are your eyes sparkling? How did you get your waist so thin? We just want them to tell them about it. So that's how we make business.
Exactly. And they are a good example for our program.
They're our ambassadors.
Yes.
Yeah. BBHC ambassadors.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's pretty much the whole program.
Yeah.
Very successful.
Is there anything we left out there? I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to know exactly what it is for you, then you're going to have to call us. We give you a free health assessment, and take it.
Health assessment is free.
Yeah.
It's like we're not charging you. I mean, obviously we're going to try and sell you the product when you do the health assessment, but we're not going to force you to. It's like you can say yay or nay, but it's for your own good. That's everybody wins with this thing.
Yeah.
It's like we win, they win. I mean, they win by losing. And they win more than getting your health back. It's priceless. It really is. I mean, you literally can't enjoy life if you're unhealthy. And a lot of people out there, 90% of people out there, don't know that they are enjoying life at like less than 50%.
Yeah.
Because their bodies are like aching and sore, and they think that this is what it's like getting old. And totally not.
Totally not.
Totally. I actually had a guy today. He started off. He was in bad shape, and he finished the program today. And I said to him, "How are you doing?" He said, "I feel like a 25-year-old," and he's 55.
Wow.
Yeah. He said, "I feel like a 25-year-old," and I look at that and I get emotional. I'm like, that's what I feel, man.
Yeah. And that's actually what our next episodes are going to be about. A few of them is going to be about an interview with one of our past clients, different types of clients, and then maybe you'll find someone who is similar to you, and you'll be like, yes, that's what I want, and that's what I'm having trouble with. And so I'm excited about doing those episodes as well, to get some real successes and some experience. Someone can share their experience.
From genuine people who genuinely experience the wins in the program.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, man. So, the next episode will be with the clients. Yeah. And I think that's all for this episode.
Yeah. So, subscribe to our podcast and look out for the next one.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
Thanks for doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.